There's the name. Saving you green is the game.
Oh, welcome back to Everyday Iowa. Well, the Keystones of Cedar Rapids is celebrating 20 years in business. And joining me today is Trisha Hart, Senior Living Counselor. And may I mention, you are also the mother, we lost the mic, the mother of Charles Hart, our new,
that's correct.
Yes, our new anchor here. Yeah,
thank you.
Go ahead, you can clip back on while we talk.
See if I can say it right.
So we want to talk about Keystone because you're celebrating 20 years.
Yes.
It's also voted one of the best places to work.
Yes.
So,
sorry, I'm having trouble.
oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
So let's just start. Tell us about Keystone. Just give us the background.
Yeah, so the Keystones of Cedar Rapids has been in business for 20 years. So that's what we're doing here, celebrating 20-year anniversary. We are a community that offers independent assisted and memory care in Cedar Rapids. Extremely established. The landscape has changed so much over the years, but I'm happy to say we've stayed on top of our game.
Yeah.
Our census remains high. True staffing and longevity, and all of that contributes to that.
Right. So let's say somebody is thinking about what they're going to do in their senior years, where they're going to live. When should they kind of start planning for that? Like what age?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
So independent living might be different than what assisted living might be, okay? So like, let's just say you live at home, and the challenges of taking care of a home, stairs,
right?
You know, the upkeep of outside, isolation, nutrition. You might reach out to me saying, you know, we're looking at another alternative. So I might start with independent living.
Okay.
So we can meet all those needs, but they remain independent, so we can meet that isolation, the food, the nutrition, the activities, all those things keep them independent.
Okay. Now, when somebody's doing a tour of the place, can they meet like the staff that works there?
Yeah.
How does that all work?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, so ideally, when I have a tour, I let the staff know we have new prospects coming in.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, and that's so important that we greet everybody that comes through those doors.
Yeah.
You know, it starts at the concierge, you know,
right.
even how we answer phones. I mean, just making them feel warm and welcome, because when they're coming in, they're so nervous about this whole thing. I mean, imagine leaving your home, and it's not necessarily the thing you're most excited about, but they know that home is no longer the best fit for us.
Right. And I think that is a little, because you don't want to lose your independence or your autonomy.
100%.
And you kind of feel like you might be then when you move, but that's not always the case.
That is not the case at all.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest challenge, right, is everybody wants to stay home. So it's up to us to show them that there is a better alternative when home is no longer the right fit for you, right? But maintaining your independence. We're able to give them those tools to remain independent.
That's incredible. Now, one other question I want to ask is, when people come in to look for themselves or to bring their loved one in, what are some things that they should be asking you? What are some questions that you think you really need to ask us this when you're making this decision?
Absolutely. Staff to resident ratio.
Okay.
Longevity of staff. Those are so important in maintaining, you know, a successful business. And it speaks to the management company we work for too, when we have that longevity of staff. Definitely staffing, the care staff. And that's one of the things we're most known for, is our care staff, and how well we can take care of our residents and making them feel warm and welcome that this is their new home.
Right.
Food, obviously, is always very important, right?
Of course,
I know, for all of us, right? And that's one of the joys of my job, that I get to do a lot of lunch tours.
Yeah.
Love that. So I get the opportunities to eat in both my independent building and my assisted. And that's another opportunity for me to just sit down with them, relax, ask a little bit more about, you know, discover a little bit more what it is you're looking for in a community.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you said, it was voted one of the best places to work as well. So clearly, the staff is, you know, it's wonderful to work with.
It is. I mean, and it's huge. I mean, if we didn't have the staff, we just wouldn't have the success that we have, you know. And the leadership that we have is phenomenal. The management company we have is fantastic. They're still family owned, so they're very hands-on with us. And so when we have a need, they're on it. And
that's amazing.
So they're on it, and then the residents benefit from that.
Okay.
So.
And you brought some champagne here.
We did. I'm sorry. But
that's okay. I know.
So our tagline is cheers to 20 years.
20 years, yes.
So in light of that, I brought some champagne and thought maybe we could do that. Cheers.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, we can try to do it here.
Let me see if I can do this here. Sorry.
And while we're doing that, why don't you tell everybody where they can get more information about the Keystones of Cedar Rapids?
The Keystones of Cedar Rapids is celebrating our 20-year anniversary this Sunday.
Okay.
October 6th from 1 to 4. It's an open house in both our Keystone Place and Keystone Cedar. So we have two buildings. We're going to have wonderful music, food, dessert, so they're going to be able to do a self-paced tour of both buildings. We're going to provide transportation to and from both buildings. And you can reach out to the Keystones. If you can't make it, we'd be glad to mail you information or pop in and grab a folder. But yeah, so.
And it's never really too early to start thinking about these things.
Never. I tell folks, start looking when you don't need this.
That's a good point,
Plan B. Make a plan B for when home no longer is the right fit for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So we have a little, we got a little bit of time here. We'll do that.
Sorry. So cheers to
20 years. I know. So even like me, I'm 50. Maybe I should start thinking about that, huh?
Not a bad idea.
Okay.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Well, that's something to think about because I don't want to do it when it's too late.
No.
Yes. Cheers to 20 years and cheers to 4 years of being named the best places to work.
Wonderful.
And cheers to Charles joining us here at KCRG.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.